Hang on. What did you just say? Your darling Lord Phaethon?
That's right. The best proxy in all of New Aerodale. Lord Phaethon. Don't tell me you don't like him.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just, it's a little complicated.
Well, if it's not that you don't like him, then that means you do like him, right?
Whoa, hold on.
My love for Lord Phaethon is really complicated too.
See, here's the thing, Vivian. Phaethon is two people, and since you keep saying him, I don't think Belle is just gonna full on say that she's in love with her brother.
And one of the Cunning Hair's most powerful members. And Trigger, an Opal Squad sniper. It's an honor to make your acquaintance.
You know us?
Looks like someone's done our homework. Is it because of the proxy?
You two are practically celebrities. And because of my work, I've got loads of info when it comes to anyone with a name around New Aerodale. You might not believe me, but I've had this ability to see the future since I was a little girl. But the things I see are always something bad. Plagues, deaths, disasters. That's all I've ever been able to see.
Well, shit.
It's all that kid's fault!
She's seriously jinxed.
I always try to avoid her. Otherwise she'll say something rotten that ends up coming true again.
Prophecies, she says. Like she's not the one bringing the bad luck upon us.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. Sorry.
You know, it's kind of like I've told you people before. It's like, I'm completely fine before I start recording. But it's like, once I start recording, I'm about to get into it, I get all stuffy, you know, my nose gets all runny for some reason. And then, or I get a goddamn headache. Or I get interrupted a bunch when that didn't happen until I started recording. Or anything. You know, there's always something that happens before you start recording that just doesn't make the recording session as fun as you would like it to be. Anyway, we're gonna try to complete the Bury Your Tears with the Past thing, and hopefully we will. We should. I mean, it's only 3 in the afternoon, so I have plenty of time. Anyway, since we're already at the video store, should we ask Master Proxy to recommend some films? My apologies, everyone, but I need to take my leave and go take care of my art gallery now. So you actually own a gallery? I also need a convenient social identity for various reasons. The title of gallery owner works quite well. I'll stay with Master Proxy for a bit longer. But Hugo, you've been oddly busy lately. You're not hiding something from me, are you? Well, shortly before.
Well, it is an idea collector, Mr. Hugo. Long time no see.
I assume you've finished the task I asked you to do, yes?
Done as promised. I've already found buyers for the goods you gave me. No shortage of big names among them. Of course, I'd also recommend your gallery to him as instructed, and spread the word about it in the circle. But getting rid of all this exquisite stuff so suddenly, you're not in trouble, are you? If you have funding issues, I'm also your guy. I've got friends who offer loan service.
Thank you for your concern, but my cash flow is very healthy, and I have more than just you as my middleman. In essence, I'm just looking to boost my gallery's reputation in the scene.
I see. Well, them rare pieces in your collection definitely caught a few eyes. I'm sure they're all looking forward to collaborating with you.
Thank you for your kind words. Alright, it's getting late. I should head off now. See you next time. Now, time to find that guy. I remember him mentioning that he would dress up to something more presentable this time. Let us meet at Lumina Square. find the well-dressed informant. Huh? You are? When the musician third string breaks, the gatekeeper whispers to me, in which hand hides the coin for the underworld ferryman? Are you okay? The clinic's that way. What a shame. Such a handsome fella, but... sorry, my mistake. Yeah? Are you still LARPing at your age? Thought only people my age will like it. The left hand holds death, the right hand holds deception, but the raven has already flown away with the answer. I can't get over the embarrassment every time I say this. It's quite poetic, isn't it? The meeting with Hartman has been scheduled. He'll be waiting for you at the same private suite. Or should I say, waiting for Hugo, the renowned collector and gallery owner. Thanks. I knew I could count on you. Still, I have to ask. You're not looking to make the Ravenlocks your enemy, are you? And if I say I am? Not like I can stop you anyway. You've already caused a scene at the auction. That robe of heroes stunt. Can't believe you came up with that. Hartman's been on the move lately. That organ trafficking case from before is linked to him too. I also heard that they're dropping big money on some kind of drug research. The Ravenlocks have always been a bunch of cold-blooded bastards, doing all kinds of messed up things that make your blood boil, and swept everything under the rug with money and power, leaving the victims with no justice. But Hartman? He's the worst of the bunch. Rumor says they personally took out the previous heir and clawed his way to the throne. I know, relax. I don't plan on clashing with him head-on. You better not. I don't want to witness Mockingbird's folly of trying to crack a stone with an egg. I prefer to see it more as a gambit. I can never win an argument against you anyway. Don't forget, the Ravenlock family's in bed with those Exaltus lunatics. Who knows what awful schemes they've been cooking up lately. In any case, as your old friend, I sincerely wish you all the best. Thank you. By the way, how's Lycon doing lately? I haven't seen him in a while. What? I know you two split up, but it's been years. Are you still not over it? Don't know, don't care. If there's nothing else, I'll get going now. Fine. Good luck. The students nearby seem to be having an intense discussion, and you hear a familiar name. So that Mockingbird Phantom Thief Syndicate only looks flashy, but hasn't actually accomplished anything, right? Tops remains unshakable, and those big families are just a step away from getting total control. It's possible that even the mayor can't keep them in check. But doesn't the mere existence of Mockingbird serve as some kind of warning? Every time they release a crime warning letter, fear erupts among their evildoers. Really? But what can they actually change? In the end, it's probably just a game. To the big shots, Mockingbird is like a fly. Annoying, but not deadly. So, what do you think should happen? If you ask me, you have to dismantle everything from within if you truly want to change. Without power or influence, it's all futile. The first step should be accumulating resources by any means necessary, and if possible, joining Tops. Why do these kids talk like this? Like, bro, ain't no high schoolers getting some evil plan in their head. After all, to establish new order, the old one must be demolished. That sounds exactly something like a villain would say. If it's really possible to join Tops, many would probably defect immediately. True, it would turn down money. It's almost time for the meeting with Hartman. Invitation's confirmed. Let's go.
You're the one who has business with Master Hartman?
Correct.
Master Hartman's time is extremely valuable, and he has graced you with this meeting amid his busy schedule.
Okay, every time they do that line, I immediately always think it's like cut off.
Anyway, I sincerely hope you bring something substantial to the family.
Worry not. I stand here precisely because I have enough leverage.
Huh, you had better.
How about it? Will you work with me?
Not bad. Let me be honest with you. I have the sacrifice core that you're after. I am Mockingbird.
So it's you. I never thought you'd be so bold as to come see me alone.
Relax, my friend. As you know, if I can sneak into such a heavily guarded auction, then naturally, I can just as easily slip away right now. I'm here with the sincere intention to seek cooperation. I can give you that sacrifice core.
And what do you want in return?
Wealth, glory, power. The things everyone else in the world wants, I want them too. And I'm confident that as the current heir to the Ravenlock family, those are all things you can give me.
Then you've certainly come to the right place. My family is working on a big project. If things come to fruition, Ravenlock's status in Tops will significantly improve. At which point, I'll be sure to leave a spot for you. Naturally, as an outsider, you're precluded from handling any of our core business. But profits from the scraps alone will be enough to set you up for life.
Mr. Hartman, I think you've misunderstood me. I have no intention of joining the Ravenlock family. In fact, I have an art gallery under my name that does pretty well for itself. I was hoping you could recommend me for Tops.
You want to join Tops? That's easier said than done. Even for a family like ours, it would still require significant effort and...
Just answer me yes or no. I don't think either of us can afford to waste time.
I understand. Yes, you have my word. But in exchange, you'll have to give me the sacrifice core first.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't. I've already hidden it somewhere safe, a place nobody else but me knows. You don't want to put all your chips on the table when dealing with Tops. I know that far too well.
Then that means I also need to keep an eye out when working with the infamous Mockingbird, right?
Mr. Hartman, I should remind you that I stand before you undisguised. Coming from a phantom thief who's never publicly revealed his identity, shouldn't that be sufficient assurance? If I betray you, then you merely need to lift a finger to wipe me from the face of this world.
You do make a valid point there. In that case, you have a deal.
I appreciate your trust.
Why don't we celebrate our new partnership with a toast?
Hartman calls over the waiter and pours out 2 glasses of some expensive-looking deep crimson liquid. He lifts his glass and nods to Hugo before draining it in one gulp. Hugo flashes a smug grin as he follows suit and takes a gulp.
Having a drink before undertaking anything important is a family tradition. It's good luck.
As an outsider, it's a real honor.
By the way, you aren't the only member of your organization, are you? Shouldn't all your companions agree to this deal first?
You don't have to worry about that. I'll make sure she agrees. Otherwise, I'll get rid of her too.
Seems you'll do whatever it takes to get things done. Great things lie ahead for someone like you.
You just get rid of Vivian like that?
All right, let's leave it at that for today. I'll contact you about what to do next.
That's him! He's the one who killed Serena! She was the only one who was ever any good to him, right? That's how he repays her?
That's why they say once a mongrel, always a mongrel. Just look into his eyes.
Father! We have to punish him! Serena had been ranking ahead of him. Hugo must have poisoned her water so he could pass her.
Pure evil. Typical for an impure bloodline. He should have been kicked out ages ago.
Hugo, did you do all this?
Yes, it was me. I killed her.
He admitted it! Father, he must be expelled. He has no right to live under the same roof as us.
Why don't we reunite him with Serena then? Nobody would ever know.
What the hell? It's... What? They're laughing now? What the fuck? Anyway, damn, Zenless has really taken a dark turn. Like, as soon as we step into, like, and... No, yeah, because... You can either say as soon... No, because Anby's questline is supposed to be finished before you do this. So as soon as you step into Anby's questline, because then you can go into triggers, like, the game just gets really dark after that.
Hugo, well done. My children, how many times have I told you before? In this world, only the most ruthless, cruel, and unscrupulous of people ever make it to the top.
You're okay with your daughter now just being dead?
Like Hugo here, who was willing to murder his only true loved one without a second thought. Only someone with the means and the gumption to do that is qualified to be my heir.
But I...
It's all over now, and the results are obvious. The winner of this month's assessment is Hugo. As for the rest of you, go to the usual place for the punishment you deserve.
What?
Father! Before this, I was number one.
How could you be number one if you were faceless?
As I've told you before, there's only room for one winner in this family. You're still a loser, even if it's by the smallest margin. And there's no reason for a loser to exist. This is all for your own good. Do you understand? Go on now. Receive your punishment for the sake of the family.
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry.
That really brought up some unpleasant memories. It won't be long. Soon, it'll all be over.
Huh. On the other side after Hugo leaves. Proxy, you look like you have something to say. About that chosen one. Well, the truth is, we've always wanted the chance to work with you. Hugo said you're the best proxy he's ever met. The chosen proxy, in other words. Chosen one. Fine, I believe you. By the way, are you free now? If you're not busy, would you mind taking a walk with me? Anywhere is fine. You arrive at Lumina Square with Vivian.
Thank you for escorting me here, Proxy. You're a child that only brings misfortune. People have been saying that about me for a long time. I used to feel hurt and resentful. But now that I think about it, it's perfectly normal for people to react that way. Why do I only predict suffering? If I could predict happy things, joyful things, would people like me a little more? Maybe fate truly is set in stone. Often, I want to help these people avoid their miserable fates. For a time, I even thought that I was successful, that I could change people's destiny. But it was all an illusion. In the end, I couldn't do anything at all. So, I was really happy when you said that my abilities weren't a curse, but a gift.
Well, now the stick drift happens.
Thank you, Proxy. I'm so glad to have met you. And you're also a fan of Lord Phaethon. It's like we were fated to meet.
I mean, it's not that we're a fan, we are Lord Phaethon.
I don't know why, but I feel completely at ease when I'm by your side. I feel like I'm free from judgment, from blame. Like, I don't need to worry about anything, and can just be my own true self. Perhaps people really do possess an aura, and ours just so happen to be extremely compatible. By the way, you asked me before about Hugo. I don't really know much about him. He rarely ever talks about his past, but judging from his eye colors, you can guess he's probably the bastard son of a renowned family. I think his mother was very worried about his different colored eyes. He even wanted to get rid of him at one point. But then his family offered a huge price and bought him off his mother for some reason.
Huh?
And just like that, he moved from a leaky and drafty boarding room to a luxurious mansion.
How does his eyes have anything to do with
But
that?
he's also mentioned that the extravagant home is actually like hell for him. I think it's probably because the family treats him terribly. I digress. He ran away and ended up meeting Lycon and his master. After that, they formed Mockingbird together and experienced a rare period of happiness. Until Lycon's betrayal.
So, what's your take on Hugo?
I imagine I would still be wandering around now if I had never met him. To me, Hugo is just like an older brother.
I mean, that's how I viewed things because of your ears and, you know, his one eye.
I've always felt as though he's carrying some heavy burden with him. But that's a secret he's kept to himself. Something he'll never tell me. Sometimes when I look into his eyes, I can feel that he's really struggling with something. Even though he may say some extreme things, Hugo really isn't a bad person.
Alright, that's gonna take a lot for me to believe.
I think one day he'll tell me his secret. Until then, I just have to wait. Wait and trust him.
After chatting for a while, you say goodnight to Vivian. It's getting late. Time to head back to the video store and get some proper rest. Belle, you came home late today. I had a long chat with Vivian. I see. It's getting late, so let's call it a day. Once Vivian and the others get in touch, we'll have a lot to investigate. Belle, Vivian contacted us. She said you'll be investigating the Hollow tomorrow. In addition to her, Hugo and Lycon. Anby, whom we recommended before, will also be joining this operation. She'll explain the details when she comes to pick you up at the video store tomorrow. But Are you still planning on heading straight into the hollow like you did the last few times? I'm used to it. Vivian and the others will protect me. Alright. There's so many friends around this time. There shouldn't be as much risk. I'll wait for you at home then. No matter what, remember, safety first. Let's get some rest for now. I'm a little bit worried that because the sibling that you don't choose to play as, at first, at least right now, isn't as able to go into the hollows. I really hope that they really are just taking a little bit of time to get adjusted, because if they really break up the sibling dynamic throughout the story, that's really gonna hurt it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Having Belle and Wise together through the main story is what makes it, you know, as good as it is. You can't just break them up all of a sudden. Like, you can't just be having the rest of the story be soloed through Belle or Wise. Now, I know they're probably going to get separated in some way at some point again, but I don't know. Good morning, Proxy. Long story short, we analyzed the locations marked in Ringer's notebook and found no pattern between the coordinates, but they all seem well hidden. Hugo suspects that we might find something stashed at the coordinates, but it's unclear whether it will be pleasant or terrifying. In any case, we need to investigate. Our destination today is the Ballet Twins. Let's head there together. Alright. The Ballet Twins. Of course it's the Ballet Twins.
It appears we're the first to arrive. I thought we were running late. This might sound weird, but it's nice to think about getting to work with you from now on. I don't really know why that makes me feel so happy. Oh, it's because we're fellow fans! Anyone who likes Lord Phaethon can't be a bad guy.
For sure.
Of course, Lord Phaethon is the greatest there will ever be, but you're definitely the best proxy I've ever met in person. Hugo told me before that you're really skilled, and he said we'd get along great. I never expected he'd be so right. Oh, by the way, would you like to come by my place if you have time later? I have a huge collection of Lord Phaethon merch.
When in the hell we have merch?
Phaethon, Lord Phaethon doesn't have any merch out there, right? I mean, we don't even know what he looks like, for starters.
And Bella's like, Wise, have you been taking selfies with women? Actually, wait a minute. Wise doesn't understand women.
It's all my own original merch. Like screenshots of old internet comments. I print them out and turn them into postcards. Plus the avatars Lord Phaethon's used, the music playlists they recommend. I've organized it all.
They were recommending music?
I'd love to show it all to you if we get the chance.
I'm super curious to see all that. Please be sure to show me sometime.
Bella's just sitting here like, wow, I guess I'm going through the old photo book.
Splendid! Let's book a time and you can come by my place and see all my Lord Phaethon merch! Speaking of which, what's taking those two so long? Hugo said he had some preparations to do before entering the Hollow. I wonder how that's coming along.
'Cause every night I will save your life, and every